Hey everyone, Alexandra here, owner and founder of Vinok Personal Stylist.
Except today I'm going to be Vinok Personal Stylist because I want to talk about the science behind Dior eye patches and how and if they work.
You'll notice that I've got some interesting style going on myself. I am going to a gala this evening. I've got some bags under my eyes and I thought what better time than now to try out these Dior eye patches that I've been eyeballing. Get it? Eyeballing? Anyway,
I should start by saying, obviously I'm not a doctor, but I am a researcher. For 15 years, my job was to research and provide recommendations to decision makers at a really high level. So that's what I did, and I'm really good at asking those follow-up questions, digging into things, and figuring out what's going on. So with that in mind, I looked up the ingredients, more or less individually, and what they're supposed to accomplish. So to start off, we've got a duo of hyaluronic acids. So that's hyaluronic acid plus sodium hyaluronate. And basically these are humectants, meaning that they're going to plump up your skin by hydrating. They're going to attract and retain water into your skin. So it's like, think of it as like a quick shot of hydration, and that's going to smooth out those really fine lines, like the minor ones, and just plump your skin up enough to look a little bit healthier. So step one is to put them on for 10 minutes.
Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
So what I'm expecting is that it's going to cool my under eye and hydrate my skin and add some brightness to the under eye area. It talks about like this double hydrogel technology, and I'm curious to see how that works. Then you've got niacinamide. That's going to brighten, even the tone, reduce appearance of dark circles, and goodness knows I have those. Because I'm staying up late doing style profiles, which I love. Niacinamide also has, from my research, like an anti-inflammatory kind of an effect and like a barrier supportive. Like a lot of moisturizers out on the market talk about like a skin barrier. That's what niacinamide does. And it's also supposed to help with things like discoloration. Basically what makes you look tired on the outside. I'm not so sure about if you lift up the hood if it's actually doing any good, but we'll get to that. Then you've got caffeine, my lifeline, in fact. So it basically does what's called vasoconstriction, which is the constriction of the blood vessels, narrowing them basically to reduce puffiness, swelling, basically like fluid accumulation just under the skin, like we were talking about under the hood. It basically reduces that fluid accumulation, so your bags look less baggy. Also some glycerin, dipropylene, glycol. These are all ingredients that I've seen in some pretty high-end products. Humectants, moisturizers, like we talked about, to draw that water in, keep the water in. There's also shea butter, which we've known for centuries is really a good emollient, softening, smoothing the skin, preventing moisture loss. There's also some really cool, and this is why I love Dior, they do a lot of like plant extract. So there's this cornflower type flower water in there. There's some red algae in there. Both of these serve to reduce some irritation, skin health in general. They're antioxidants is what they are. Then there's some polymers, some gums for that hydrogel matrix. And that's that double hydrogel structure that we were talking about earlier. So that's what makes it stick to the skin well and conform to the curves. Because like if you look, like your cheekbones are going to go out a bit, you know, and especially if you got bags like I do. I didn't use them right before this video. I should have. You've got bags, you know, even that's an extra layer of curve that the gel needs to conform to. So by using this double hydrogel, it's able to stick to your skin and really, you know, make it work. So what it does in a nutshell is it sticks to your skin, then it cools your skin off. It adds that humectant, like the hyaluronic acid, the glycerin, that pulls water into the outer skin layer, which is called the stratum corneum, according to my research, and increases the hydration overall. So we talked about like it basically plumps out those fine lines so that you can't see them anymore, reduces the dryness, makes the skin feel smoother and more supple. That was definitely my experience with these eye patches. The caffeine is always a good thing to see in any kind of facial product to reduce that pigmentation and brighten your skin. When I wore these for 10 minutes, they actually did the things that they said that they were going to do. The problem is that it didn't last very long, and we'll talk about why in just a second. So it was great for just before the gala that I went to. These eye patches did plump up my skin, made me look like I was tighter in the face and more moisturized and all of that, so that was great. What it didn't do was do that long term. And I don't think that necessarily using these every day, for example, would provide a forever benefit because of the ingredients. There's nothing that's long lasting, but these are great refresh before an event or before a date or before, you know, a big dinner or something like that. You're probably going to need to get into, like, if you want to diminish your pigmentation or whatever, chemical exfoliants, some retinoids, etc. I also drank alcohol at this gala, which of course dehydrates you. It's a diuretic. So my effects lasted basically through the gala, and that was it. Maybe 4 or 5 hours. It probably could have lasted overnight if I was a responsible adult and only drank water. But that's just not where we are right now. Life is too short. Science does support, from what I can tell, what Dior claims these eye patches are going to do. It delivers hydration, reduces puffiness, brightens, cools, especially in what I would consider like an acute situation where you need a quick fix and it doesn't need to last forever. Also, of course, everybody's skin is different, so mine could be, you know, a diva, and yours could take really well to these. As for me, I would consider buying these again. These were a gift, but I would consider buying these again, but with the understanding that I would need to apply them at least daily if I were going on like a vacation with a significant other or something like that. Does that make sense? So I hope this was helpful. I really enjoy researching. I miss it. I quit in August and I miss deep diving into these subjects. So luckily I get to do it for fashion and for beauty products and all of that. And I just really enjoy it. Comment for me, please, and subscribe. It would really help my channel. But comment for me, please, about what Dior products you found that you really like. I'm really interested because I do have, even right now, my bag is full of, just like full of Dior products, like, you know, and so I'm curious what's worked for you, what hasn't, and I'd be very interested to know. Thanks for watching. Until my next video, Vinok will continue helping good people look the part. Ciao!